待てです。So something big has happened for the Naruto gaming community, and that is the fact that create your own personal avatar is now a thing for Shinobi Striker. And it's kind of weird when you think about it too, because they've been advertising this game for quite some time, and they're just now telling us that the create your character is now a thing. If you really think about it, a lot of people has already dropped the game, not dropped the game, but just not interested on the fact on what it is. I think if they would have shown us this from the start, many fans probably wouldn't have shitted on it as early as it was before. But anyways, I'm here today just to speak about the good and the bad a part of this create your own character, because once upon a time I have told you guys that I refuse to have a Naruto game based on it being an MMORPG avatar game, quite likely Xenoverse wise. And now since we got it, it's like, for me it's not, I'm not really too happy about that. But here I am, just gonna give you guys the good and the bad from my point of view. So of course, let's go off with the good, because I'm sure that's what you guys want to hear. For those who is excited about it, it's the good. The good shit. So of course, let's start off with the basics. Everyone, I don't know why, that scratches my head the most. Everyone really wants a create your own character of a Naruto game, and that confuses me because people from this community despise Xenoverse for the fact that it's like that, yet they want a Naruto version of it, and it scratches my head. But yeah, we've been hearing about you guys talking about having a create your own character since, fuck, I don't even know, either back in Storm 3 or Revolution days. It's been a long time, and it's crazy to say that now it has come to its era. So one, someone has finally listened to the fans, the community, and that is now becoming a reality. Another part is that it could be fun overall. I get the fact of it when it comes to create your own character. You could do anything you want. You can make yourself a busty, porn star looking Uchiha girl, or fucking just make yourself look like a Pain clones, or what else. You could do a lot. There's so much in mind to what to create for your own character. And I'm not gonna lie, I would like to see what type of character I would like to try out and use. Not just for the fact of what I want my character to look like, but also what clan. That is, if clan is a thing for ninja. But we'll see that probably later on. Another thing about it is that it's endless in sorts of rosters. So in other words, instead of just using all the characters that's from the base game, you can go on and fight as many people you want that you have never seen before. Obviously kind of like Xenoverse in a way, but one thing I hope, to say the least, is that it's not too dual in terms of options of your characters. And of course, last but not least, there's a lot of high varieties of skills. And what I mean by skills, I'm talking about in deep of the clan. Of course, Uchiha clan, which many people may be looking at that as the same shit from Xenoverse, so expect a lot of Uchiha people, but Uchihas, Hyugas, Uzumakis, any sort of Jinchuriki users, you name it. I'm pretty damn sure this game could possibly have all that, and I gotta admit that is pretty fucking badass. Don't get me wrong, you guys, custom created character in a Naruto game is quite fun, and it's quite a good experience to try the least. But now I have to get to the bad part of custom created characters. Now this isn't scripted. I don't know, I stopped scripting things because things just hit me out in the face. I have no time to script. But the bad side of having a custom created character for Shinobi Strikers. Of course, I'll start off with the basic, or maybe just the main part, I would say. One is the attributes. Since this may be an MMORPG, the fact that there is going to be custom created characters, there may be ranking systems. And what I mean by ranking systems, I'm talking about you can also customize your stats. So say for instance, one ninja is like a level 30, 35, 40, I don't fucking know, let's say 40, 40, 40. So you see one, and then one person is probably a level 15. So a level 15 versus a level 40, of course, what you expect from this? You can't look at it as a competitive side. Either way, that higher rank ninja is gonna beat that ass against the level 15, and it's not gonna be fair. Say for instance he boosts up his attack, the level 40 guy, while the level 15 defense is probably not even as good as it can be going up against, of course, the level 40. So maybe one jutsu, or even a combo could take like 60-70% of someone's health. I don't like that shit, you guys. I never liked that shit, and Xenoverse was definitely the prime example, especially when it comes to when you play Xenoverse 2 on this option called without limitations. And that also goes to show with Injustice 2. When you don't play competitive mode in Injustice 2, and say for instance you're playing someone that is a max character of, let's see, Black Adam or Superman, and your ass is probably a level 8 Harley Quinn, you're gonna have to fight twice more, triple as much more attacks to that level 20 Superman just to beat him. If you guys know where I'm at this position, yeah, it does not sound very fair. So in other words, when you're playing something like this in Shinobi Striker, nothing is equal. Nothing's ain't gonna be equal, and one thing is gonna be higher than the other perspective in course of stats, and it's just gonna be an unfair battle. Like I said from my previous video, I am more of a person that liked my shit 1v1 with the same exact equal stats, and Storm was quite the case, except for PTS 1010. Number 2 is the community. Guys, this is the Naruto community. Most of us is gonna be based off from Storm. We all know how Storm was. Most of the players will try their fucking best to find any exploit to fuck up a game. And as for Shinobi Strikers, now that there's gonna be a lot of skills, a lot of attributes that could differ other stats, people's gonna find a lot of, and I mean a lot of ways to make this game very, very even more uneven. If you look at Xenoverse 2 early launch, where there's people who is doing the gum trap attack, and then they do that laser thing coming out of their fingers. I forgot what's the name of that fucking attack. So imagine just in Shinobi Striker perspective, there could be sorts of problems of connecting one attack to another. I'm just saying. But for all we know, there could be a lot of problems that we could witness, and that's all just due to the fact that it is an MMORPG game. And that's all I really have to say about the bad side for Shinobi Striker, because trust me, action does speak louder than words. I may not have that much bulletins for the bad side, but again, action does speak louder than words. And if any of those exploits, like what I just said, is gonna go based off of this video game, you guys will see how treacherous a fighting MMORPG game could get. Again, for me, my final thoughts about this being a thing now for this game, I'm not a fan of it. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys, because I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. If I were to lie to myself and say if I was really excited for this created characters to be a thing, I already see myself bitching and probably addressing to Bandai with so many exploits that I may able to see on how it's gonna be from the time being. And I refuse to do that, because I've done that with Xenoverse, and it is what it is. You can't really fight as much as you could, because once again, this is an MMORPG fighter game. My opinion, you guys, MMORPG fighter games does not work. RPG games are best for games such as Fallout, Borderlands, Persona, you can name it. But when it comes to a fighter game, something that is fighting someone in order for it to make a win, and I'm not talking about AIs, I'm talking about another human being, you don't need this kind of thing in your side. But again, that is just my point of view. Now I'll be honest with you, I'm reading this Shonen Jump English translation scan, but there is really nothing that confirms that this could be an online thing for custom created characters. Cause it does says for here it's on story mode. Story mode as in it says, quote, when the 7th Hokage began his reign over Konoha, he decided to start a tournament to search for the strongest ninja across the world. Thus began the Ninja World League. That really sounds like a story mode for the AIs. And for all we know, you guys, this thing could not make it to the online system. And if it doesn't, that is very understandable. Now I'm not gonna say I hope so, because I know many of you guys probably want to, but that's on you. Me personally, I kinda hope it doesn't, otherwise we will exploit so much problems in the near future, and you guys are basically just gonna be bitching about it the same way how people are bitching about it in Xenoverse as a whole. But again, that is my point of view about it. If you guys don't think what I'm saying is gonna be right, well, you have been warned. Let's just see how it goes from there on if custom created characters make it to the multiplayer part of Shinobi Strikers. But we are done from here. Thank you guys for watching this long videos of the good and the bads and my overall thoughts about custom created characters. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. This is Gillsenzu, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.